Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for Dungeons and Moogles.
And of course, there is still Highroad meal. Go support them. As little as 80 cents can help feed children in need. And you also get free D&D stuff when you do. So it's a win-win situation. Absolutely, go help them out. With that, though, we have our recap to get into. Deuce, you missed a heck of a session.
My bad.
Okay, we threw
all good.
off.
So, Bias ended up going into a deep trance at the beginning of it all. But with that next day's, Wrath finished up reading his parameter book. Then Geraldine spent most of it reading Tempest's book. Twilight kind of just flocked around and enjoyed herself for a bit. But at the end of it all, Geraldine and Tempest had a discussion about her past, about her being chosen for something great, potentially a champion of the gods, potentially chosen because she has the strength of will to fight the torment and not succumb to it. A bunch of interesting theories about how exactly she was chosen, why she was chosen, and the potential ramifications to her future for it as well. Ultimately leaning on, Tempest, you do you and don't look back. Be strong in your decision making. Then came the fun scene, where Wrath and Tempest walked away to have a night to themselves in a tree. Twilight and Geraldine went into the fortress where the hermit had just finished cooking dinner for everyone. Beans and toast and scrambled eggs. Twilight decided she could beat Geraldine in a drinking contest. She has once again lost the drinking contest that she has tried to do, and ended up knocking herself out after chugging something as strong as Everclear. During that time, though, Geraldine and the hermit spoke a little bit, and Fulvatra's grasp and desire for knowledge ended up taking over Geraldine and pushing her to unhinge her jaw like a snake, her mouth wide with rows and rows of teeth like a lamprey, and she lashed onto the back of the hermit's head and just ripped a giant chunk out of it, including brain matter. Fulvatra, in a fury that there was nothing there to be gained, no information, as if it was just a hollow puppet created out of wood or something, appeared and in a fury began to scream at Geraldine to spit out what she had in her mouth. Geraldine then ran off in a fit of fury that Fulvatra would push her to do this, that the deal was only the dead. After time out there screaming, yelling, crying, the hermit ended up coming out and speaking to her. They had a little heart-to-heart, and ultimately Geraldine asked to be left alone. The night then went by uneventfully, and in the morning, the hermit, as everyone was gathering around again together, mentioned that a friend of a friend had asked that all of you go to the south to check out a creature of torment that was locked away. You all then headed towards the area. You found yourselves at the entrance to a tunnel with a purple mist overflowing out the entrance. As you all entered it, you could feel the madness immediately trying to force its way in. Geraldine, failing the DC 10 wisdom save, saw a vision, and from her perspective, she was trapped in a cage, a rather small individual she was looking through the eyes of, as an elven man and woman berated her for acting like an animal. As you all continued into this tunnel further, you eventually came to a cross-section. Directly ahead from where you'd come in was a wall. To the left, there were 2 tunnels, and to the right, there were 2 tunnels. And a voice spoke to all of you. I need to scroll down to the quote. I was not ready for that. Why was I not ready for that? The voice said, "A life of misery. A story in 5 parts. 5 paths to truth. My torment must be ended." Thinking about the fact there were 4 paths, and the voice had said 5, you all, Wrath, decided to check the wall directly ahead and found it was an illusory wall. You all lined up and charted your way down this way to find a large open cavern, and in the middle of it was a row of bars, like rusted and old, like a prison cell. And on the other side was a large bear-like creature whose voice kind of wavered between that of a young woman's and a demonic being. It told you all to leave, that it would kill you if you didn't, not out of malice or anything, but because it's unable to truly control itself. Instead of trying to fight it, you all decided to go back and look down the paths. To hear this story and to try to figure out what's going on, you went down the furthest left one from that initial viewpoint when you entered the cross section, and you found a room. It was an office-like space with paintbrushes, a canvas, charcoal, anything that could be used for art in general, whether it be sculpting or painting, any non-performative art. You also discovered in the corner of the room a small cage. As you touched things and interacted with them, you continued to see more visions of this young girl, her parents berating her for being unladylike or acting like an animal, punishments, her mother trying to teach her how to be elegant and classy, because that's what's to be expected of them. And as you all started to walk away from this room, something just caught Tempest in a sense, and she kind of held back, and at the back of the line, she then felt an icy hand clutch her shoulder, offering to give her information about the Volvia, the amygdala, or even the mutant that destroyed the Kraken's bane. It offered it more like a compensation for what you all are doing right now, more than to strike a new deal. But that is where we will begin. Pius, you are here, kind of towards the front of the line at the moment. You have no memory, of course, of having gotten here, and no one except Tempest and Geraldine heard these, or even felt the presence. So Tempest, Ulvashra has just finished speaking to you. And Geraldine, you, of course, are fully aware of this conversation as well.
I won't freak out. I won't panic or jump. I just stop my tracks. If Geraldine whips around, then my attention's going to be on her for a brief moment, but then I'll turn my head to the side. Why are you approaching me right now?
Because you're the most interesting one. I need to make up for an outburst of mine, so I figured you're the easiest one to answer questions for.
I won't deny that I seem to be the interesting one. Many seem to think the same, but you might be disappointed in me in this regard.
And why do you think that?
You said something along the lines... Well, you said something along the lines of helping someone?
Oh yes, helping my dear Geraldine.
And I look back to Geraldine, see if she's giving attention to the situation.
I do. Just to be clear, I'm aware of the conversation, or I actually listening to the conversation, just to make
You can hear
sure
every
that
word.
Okay.
The rest of you, probably about this time, have noticed that the two of them have kind of stopped behind you as well.
I don't say nothing, but I look at Tempest with like a little bit worried.
I look at Raph to see if he notices it.
Sure, he doesn't say anything though.
No, right off the bat, the things you've offered. Maybe a bit ago I would have been all over those things, but now it's pretty empty.
It doesn't have to be those things. I'm offering you information. You don't have to ask your questions now. You have time still to think. Or I could always speak with that boyfriend of yours and give him the offer for information instead.
When it's things pertaining to his past, it wouldn't be in my place to even answer in that regard, so that would be his choice. The other things, I accept as how things are now, but I'm not going to pursue them any further than I already have. Geraldine here, I've already accepted her into this group as is, and I will do my part to help her as necessary, but I'm not sure if it's exactly what it is you're looking for.
Information does not care. Knowledge has no bias. The truth is the truth. Whatever I expect of it is what it is. I'll get what I want, as long as you all continue on the path you're on. I just want to make sure that none of you believe me ungrateful for your assistance.
The way you collect information, how exactly does that work?
When Tempest asks this, there is a big smile on Geraldine's face, like almost like a gotcha kind of expression. Please go on.
Now, you're already asking your questions. If that's really what you want to know about. When things have settled down here, then we can have our discussion and you can ask anything you'd like. And I'll give you the most truthful and complete answers I can give you. But I don't think you have too much time to stand around here. Now do you?
And I need
Probably
everybody
not.
to make a wisdom save at this moment.
Well, son of a bitch.
16.
Sorry about all those dots. My cat,
Holy shit.
my cat jumped up on my computer.
Damn,
no,
I'm clear of
kitty
thought right
cat.
now.
Don't
Yes, you
encourage
are.
her.
Sorry, I'm just checking something.
The DC is
Wisdom,
only
you said, right?
12. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because last time I forgot that I have my cloak of protection that gave me +3 on my saving throw, so I was always using my lowest thingy. It's okay. And I roll a 10. Of course I roll a 10. Come on.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. So,
I
Geraldine
love
is
it.
the
I
only
love
one who fails again.
it. Wisdom apparently is my curse. I mean, I accepted to be your servant, so I'm not wise, for sure.
So, Geraldine, you have another vision, and it's in that same little room. And again, you're not nearly as tall as you normally are. Something more like the average teenager, like 13, 14 years old in height. And you're swinging around this wooden sword, and the elven woman kind of enters the room and looks at you. And, honey, you can't become a knight. You can't become a hunter. You need to focus on your studies and finally settle down. I know you're still a child. When you're an adult, though, you'll understand why we have to maintain this air of elegance and of class that we have. If you've seen the things that your father and I have seen how people will tear apart the things they do not understand or that they fear, you know that you have to be careful. Then the vision ends and you're back to standing in that tunnel entrance to the room.
Look around. Those caves, they look natural to me, right? It's like natural
They-
rock formation, etc.
So it looks like some type of large creature or something intentionally carved them out, but it doesn't look like it was professionally done with tools or any type of man-made tunnel.
And it can be a creature like the size of the big one we saw in the cage before, or maybe even bigger.
Potentially, yes.
Sorry, which one of the two is? The potentially bigger or the one that is in the cage?
It could be the one in the cage, yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
And all of you, of course, feel the madness and the mist that's hanging in the air kind of push these negative emotions into your hearts, and you steel yourselves again. But Tempest, this is coming immediately after Dulvatra tells you that you don't have time to stand around asking questions right now.
We need to focus up and get our mission done here. It can only get worse from here on out, I'm sure.
Is the girl in those visions. She wanted to carve her own path, and someone else chose for her. We are dealing with someone trouble, to say the least.
They ought to feel right at home. There's something you two want to share.
I look at Geraldine. I know you heard it.
Say only this, my dear. She promised knowledge, and she gave some, absolutely, in exchange for help to gather it. And I gestured to myself. So, we cannot say you to accept or not, of course. Do it on your own volitions, but think about consequences.
Of course. There's a lot of forces at work here, Wrath, and we can't trust all of it.
I just nod.
I guess we should take y'all's lead then.
The actual name of this being was not dropped in-game for me, was it?
No.
Real quick. I'll start moving towards the front to lead along, but real quick with Geraldine as I pass her. You're going to have to fill me in on what that was, as soon as we get the chance.
I loom over you, when you pass in front of me, I loom over you and just put my hand gently on your shoulder. That's I will call it my mentor, Peter, the person that I own my status. That she's trying to get to you. Maybe it's related to what we discussed, maybe not.
Regardless, we should keep our guards up.
Agree.
I've been approached by enough otherworldly things. Now proceed on, leading to our next tunnel.
I follow her.
Okay. You all notice, too, now that that's kind of all done, Pius's lights have gone back from yellow to that normal light blue color of his.
Oh, hey, Pius. Where'd Slayer go?
They're sleeping now. My apologies.
Guess this was too boring for him, huh?
Maybe. Or they just like the way I react to tense situations. I'm not sure.
Just say welcome back.
Thank you. How is everyone holding up?
We are
Pretty well.
easy.
I'd say we're doing surprisingly good right now.
Good. Good.
I look at Wrath, smile, and just keep walking.
He smiles back and follows.
Geraldine
about
just
10
smiled.
minutes.
Right.
So it's about 10 minutes back to the crossroads. You've gone down path A. You've gone down the central path. Last time you had said you were just going to go in order from left to right, so path B next. Or are there ideas to change it up now?
No, I
Say
think
we stick to left to right.
we are trying to make sense of all of this.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Good job.
Exactly that.
So,
So this tunnel is
Well
about
then.
the same length as path A, and it's another 10 minutes down this one. As you come to the opening at the end of the tunnel as it opens up into a room, this one is significantly larger than the first little study. This seems to be a large showroom like what you would find in an art exhibit. There are paintings on the walls, sculptures displayed behind glass. All of them have these plaques underneath them that would normally show like the name of the piece, the name of the artist, that sort of thing, but they're all blank. There's a couple of statues of elven men, and several of the paintings seem to be these almost eldritch creatures.
Do any of them look familiar?
I'm studying the Elven Man first because I wonder if they are even similar in feature of the one that I saw in my vision. Not just, I mean, I'm the man, not the woman.
They are definitely different men. These are not the one from the vision. As far as are they familiar, Tempest, you're the only one who like looks at them and goes, I recognize that face. It's a painting of what appears to be a woman, almost made out of bark. She stands extremely tall. Her arms are these gnarled branches that come to almost stick-like fingers, each one of them incredibly sharp and pointed. And her face is very, very familiar. It looks like Lainey Bouchard. Pius, something about them feels familiar to you, but you can't quite place.
I stopped to focus on that one.
Is that a dryad?
No. This one shouldn't be here.
What do you mean?
I told you, you know of my story, don't you? Of Lady Bouchard?
Told me a decent bit, yeah.
This was her outcome after that day.
Look, I'm looking for like an artist's signature or a mark that would have been left by whoever painted the picture, if there is one.
Okay, so we'll just start with a above table reminder. Lady Bouchard was the woman that stole the Maldrick, Lord Kindhurst's offspring that Tempest had to go retrieve. That burst into a tree. Just a quick reminder on that one. Above table. As you're looking, you do find an artist's signature. It's done in a fairly common elven font that's used for painted works, and it's the name Iris. It's in the lower right corner of it. The eye is kind of along the bottom side and goes across diagonally to the right side.
Do you recognize the artist?
I have to think for a moment. I'm not sure if I actually ever encountered anyone with that name.
You can give
Is
me an
this
intelligence
behind
check.
glass?
Intelligent.
While she
No,
does that,
the
is this
paintings
behind
aren't
glass?
behind glass.
Okay.
My worst role.
Jess, sorry, DM. Based on my reading, does any of those eldritch things depicted on the paintings remind me of something?
The one that Tempest is talking about with Lainey Bouchard, it does remind you, since you've actually heard the stories of Lainey Bouchard and how she kind of just exploded into a tree, just became one. But another one of them, it almost looks like one of those silhouettes that you saw when you saw the vision of Feroti's various champions. It's this large black figure. It, like how Shrek's ears are kind of like tube-like. It has several of those that are black coming out of its head, and its eyes are sunken in. Its skin seems to be made out of soot. Almost like its entire body is just this compressed powder.
I got a 10 on my intelligence.
You don't remember ever seeing anything from an artist by the name of Iris, or ever meeting an artist named Iris, or reading about an artist named Iris. You've met a couple of women named Iris in your life, but nothing special. Just random people you met.
I'm gonna run my finger across the plaque to see if I feel any, like something I can't see, any grooves or anything.
As you do, you don't feel anything or see anything involving the plaque directly, but you do see a couple of illusory people appear, like you have with the other visions. One of them is an elven man who looks almost identical to one of the statues in this room. And the other, you would suspect, is that young girl now in her adulthood. And the two of them are looking at this particular portrait, and the man's kind of almost cringing, shuddering, and turns to her to ask,
Why do you paint things like this? They're so disgusting, really. This is less a piece of art and more a test of a man's willpower.
And then the scene kind of fades away.
Do we recognize that voice?
No, the voice doesn't sound familiar, but it did come from a man that looks identical to one of the two elven men statues in this room.
If the girl painted it, then she must have seen it, either through vision or having been there, I would imagine. Maybe there's some more clues as to which one it might be in here.
Shouldn't be any type of connection like that. But yeah, you're right. We need to keep looking around.
But Pius, what are you doing at the moment?
Pius is gonna try and scan the paintings using his eyes.
kind of take in the visuals of all of them.
He's going to try and reverse Google search, see if he can find similar looking things in his memories.
Okay. So it's going to be a knowledge check.
That's fine.
Your choice. Which one? Whatever you think would be most applicable, most likely to yield results.
Definitely history, for sure.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't have I'm not attuned to the bracelets of history or whatever they are.
You unattuned from them?
I think so, yeah.
Just remember, the type of knowledge check essentially sets the DC, because everything's more connected to like magic or nature. History is kind of a catch-all where everything's somewhere historically.
Yeah. Okay. So I still have a pretty good +8 in that, so fuck it. Fuck yeah!
Woo! Natural 1 + 8.
Yeah.
So, you don't really remember anything about the ones you're seeing specifically, but you remember that of the many, many, many books that Dr. Rightfall had, he did have a few specifically on eldritch creatures, seeing as the SCP Foundation's entire shtick was securing, containing, and protecting involving anomalous creatures. So it's possible you may have seen them in one of those books at some point, but you can't actually recall anything. In addition, though, to those two, as you're actually taking in and looking at the features of them, another one appears to almost be a Nuri woman. She's very lithe. You can see her ribs showing even through the tattered clothes she's wearing. She's got a headdress that's these large antlers coming off of it. But there's this wild look in her eyes, very inhuman. Another one is this creature whose skull seems to be formed from bone. Almost a combination of a wolf and a bear. Its ears look almost to be like antlers themselves as they come out from the side, pointed slightly, and it wears a crown of bone and thorn. Its claws almost seem to be made from bark and sticks. And its body, its torso, and like its legs are covered in this thick black fur. Come on, brain. Pull together the fifth one, the last one. You can do this. Hold on. I've got to pull it up because my brain's not recalling information. I rolled a natural one on my own memory.
Wasn't it a tree?
No, I'm not talking. These are the other three there were, besides those two. Come on. Load so I can read it. That's right. The last one is human and male in general appearance. It wears a very fine black suit with a white button-up shirt beneath it and a black tie. But it looks like someone just took this massive canvas of flesh and wrapped it tightly around its body. It has no eyes, and the skin itself seems to be sewn in multiple places. It has a gaping maw of these needle-like teeth, thousands of them, and it holds a golden pocket watch.
As Pius is perusing, Wrath is musing to Tempest. What if the 4 lines of verse were describing each of the pathways we were going to take instead of one prophecy? The first pathway we took was a life in misery. What if there is a story here that links her to whatever else is going on, and it's just told in 5 parts in this room?
Can I hear this conversation?
He's saying it out loud, so probably.
Okay, please carry on.
Makes sense. Basically, we just kind of got to ride the story out, get every piece we can, and we'll see how it more or less concludes. Should give us our answer of how to solve this.
Yeah.
Speaking of solve, I was just curious what you guys think. Remember in the past when we went back to the past to save that village?
Yeah.
Clear out the Highroad?
Yes.
Go on.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could do that again. And I could use the plot point for going back in the past to see what actually happened.
We're not even going to try to attempt how that could even be done.
I don't know time magic, so...
That is beyond our comprehension, Twilight.
I think that was a one-off.
He was, let's say, gifted with a couple of visions in the meantime we were here. And in all of those visions, I seems to be impersonating this young girl. And inspired with, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be like this, you need to be... And every time we went to these other rooms, we see expression came alive with this side. I wonder if we actually follow 2 stories, what she was meant to be and what she ended up being.
Oh, possibly.
Also, if you take into account the beast in the 3rd path, I think that is out of sync.
With the prophecy, each line being something?
Yes.
Right. I was considering that also.
Almost like 1, 2, 4, 5, and you back to 3. We need to see the rest.
I have a question for
Yeah.
this Jim.
Yes.
Since Twilight knows and she's communed with nature before, wouldn't she automatically know who the lady is for the plant that turned into a tree? Wouldn't she automatically know?
No, communing with nature doesn't suddenly give you all knowledge of absolutely every little thing that's ever happened with nature. This is also Eldritch, not nature.
Well,
Careful,
we saw,
Twilight.
No, I was just curious. That was about a game question. So, all right.
unless any of you has another idea, we saw this man in the vision when I touched the plaque of the picture. Maybe we touch the plaque of that man to follow the story.
Let's try it. And I go up and do just that.
It can't hurt, right?
Not at all. I mean, I'm touching it.
You suddenly feel your bones screaming and trying to jump out of your skin. No,
Hell yeah.
it doesn't hurt. You do see this man and that woman from the first vision in this room both reappear, and the man has a very stern look on his face.
Iris, the whole reason for our relationship is supposed to be because our families coming together consolidates power, riches, but I just can't do this. You're constantly on about these dark things, these monsters. Really, you're going to die alone if you can't just learn to be a lady. Paint something nice, like a forest, or a couple being happy. A dog, a cat, anything but these monstrosities. I'm sorry, but you're just inhuman.
Before the vision fades and he starts to turn around, it's almost like there's a slight aura around the woman that's purple and almost growing from like 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. And then the vision kind of fades.
You know, I'm glad this is just a vision, because I would really like to hit this man.
And Tempest, with your hand on the plaque, though, you do see that words kind of form. And looks like it's 2 names. The one on the top is Olerin Jorodel, and the one beneath it is Iris Ravern.
Iris is our girl. I didn't even put that together until now.
Well, you guys have kids.
I take another thought of the family name. Rather than focusing on
Okay.
do I know an Iris, I try to see if I know the family name itself.
Go ahead and give me another intelligence roll.
Why is intelligence my lowest stat? Wait, intelligence?
Because you're a fighter.
Let me double check. Yeah, and it's modifier, so yeah, it's my worst. I can't do this.
No, you don't recall anything about the family name Ravern. Does anyone else want to make a
Second
check of
trial
some
on the
kind at
man.
this point?
I think I will do it as well, because maybe the player doesn't remember right now, but maybe the character, after all their reading, does. So
Okay.
if it's okay for you.
Go ahead and give us
Still-
that intelligence check then.
So just plus my intelligence modifier, right?
Yep.
I mistakenly...
No space between the exclamation and roll.
Yeah, I know. It's the difference if I use history, or do I need to do just the intelligence one?
If you think it would be more applicable to review like your knowledge of
Yeah,
history
so-
itself.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any historical correlation, it maybe is important. In terms of modifier, it doesn't change anything. I just, in terms of role, from a role play's point of view. And yay, the eyes are not with me, guys.
It sounds
take a
like
whack
the
at
name of a noble that you maybe met at some point, but you met so many people in positions of authority. You can't recall anything about the last name Ravern in particular.
May I take a whack at it?
Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll.
While she
Yeah,
does that.
You're just there looking and staring at these things like, why does that remind me of something?
That
You
vision,
have a
though,
+4,
it's starting to
Twilight.
really confirm the theory.
Which theory?
This person was pushed towards this madness.
It's like
No shot.
no spot that keep boiling and boiling till the pressure is too much.
And I know that feeling all too
Twilight.
well. Except she never found an outlet.
At least you kill
You
stuff.
do remember
I
something,
think-
Twilight.
Oh, I do?
Yes, you've been to plenty of villages and towns and everything, despite not really interacting with human society and mostly just stealing food when needed. But there was a town you were in at one point where you happened to try pickpocketing someone of influence and got caught. The elven man that you were trying to pickpocket, not one of these elven men you've seen here, completely different one, ended up kicking you to the ground and kind of spitting on you and asking how you could be so stupid to try to pickpocket one of the noble family of Ravern. Beyond that, nothing. But you have met this family, someone not seen so far, that kicked you to the ground and spit on you.
She kind of like starts to blush and she says, I remember. I pickpocketed him and he threw me to the ground and spit on me.
Who?
Statue.
The Raven guy.
This one?
Yeah.
Actually, Jess,
No,
is it
no.
one plaque that says both names, or is there a name on each plaque?
Yes, yes, it's just the one plaque on this specific statue. The
Because she
statue of the
remembers-
elven man you've seen in both visions in this room. Twilight, it's a completely unrelated man that kicked you, other than having the last name Ravern.
Okay, so it's not the guy in the picture. Or is it?
No, that's not the one that kicked you. But the plaque, it's just a singular plaque under the statue of the man you've seen in these two visions. And the top name is Polaran Jordel, and the bottom one is Iris Ravern.
Didn't lead us towards another one per se.
Twilight, you
The
clearly
only-
had a thought.
Yeah, I thought it was the man in the picture and who I envisioned, but it wasn't. I was gonna spit on him, but yeah.
Regardless, this man's last name, it was what?
The
Oh,
man's
Ravern.
last name, the man who
This is
kicked her and
roleplay.
spit on her is Ravern.
Gotcha. This is roleplay though. I wasn't actually like wondering.
My bad.
I was wondering, so.
Well,
Okay.
any other curiosities that y'all see? Anything that draws any of you?
One more
Yeah.
question here.
Go ahead.
Twilight, what was the village that this happened in? Do you remember?
Go.
Hold on, let me pull up my list here.
Let's see.
That way I can actually give you a name. There's
It was Neverland.
no, it was the city of Gethirst, which is another city in the Incendium Populace, same continent as Maldrak.
I do have a magic item that allows me. Are we on the same continent with it?
Are you about to try and gate this man into this place?
That's exactly what I was gonna do if we're on the same continent, because I have an item that allows me to do it.
That might be
Oh, boy.
going a bit far.
Well, hold on.
Well, let's
Wait. This is actually genius. If they
Ew.
know something about this Iris, then that might even further our cause.
Thank you, Wrath. Thank you for standing by me. She just runs up and gives you a hug. I'm not an idiot.
It's like trying to push you off.
Shit, I owe the hermit $20.
God, oh my God, what is happening?
I mean, maybe-
You owe me 20 bucks.
I can totally do this.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying we have a living possible relative of the person possibly trapped here.
Okay. See, say we call this guy here. We try to question him. The first thing he's gonna do is panic and wonder where the hell he even is.
Absolutely.
I don't
That's
know.
when we just tie him down.
That's not what I was thinking, but okay.
He spit on you. I mean, I don't have any empathy towards this guy right now. He hasn't done anything to earn my respect.
That's true. And call me an idiot.
That is a
So
po-
the
that is
biggest
a good
issue
point.
is
You know
the
what?
man who kicked you and spit on you. You just know that his last name was Ravern, and he's a part of that noble family, but you don't actually know his name to call for the gate spell.
Okay. We shelf that idea.
But there is
That
this
almost became
Oleron guy
illegal.
you know a name for, and you've
Mhm.
seen he's not the nicest of person, at least not towards Iris.
Right.
But we don't know if Oleron is still alive. We also don't know if that's Iris in there. We could try to gate Iris here.
Yeah. That
And
was
if it
Well-
is her in there,
Hold on.
Well, we
Well,
just
what if
move chambers.
What if it doesn't matter if he's alive?
yeah, because we have a spell that can bring him back.
No.
To, like talk to the dead or something.
Yes. I can
Yeah, there you
speak
go.
to him.
Yeah. Go find his
Wait.
grave.
Will gate work on a dead person?
I don't know.
I'm actually gating to the town.
Sorry, guys. I don't want to interrupt this playful banter. There is one thing we didn't consider yet.
Yes.
We don't have the full picture. We saw 3 paths out of 5. Maybe we will be more clear what's the best course of action when we finish.
This is what we've been missing for the longest time. A voice of reason whenever things get too fantastic.
You're
you
very
know,
welcome.
yeah. Where have you been this whole time?
I've been right here.
Someone will say bad things. I just move away.
Twilight does take the picture of the lady with the tree. I can't remember her name. It's like Lady.
Don't take it.
Lainey,
The bourgeoisie.
L-A-N-I-E.
Yes, but I'm really
So-
drawn to this. I really want this picture.
Twilight, you get over there kind of before you start saying this, before anyone has a chance to stop you, and you go to like grab it and pull it off, but you can't.
Like, is it too heavy or is it like?
No, it just won't move.
Can she do an investigation to figure out why it won't?
They've used sovereign glue. You're not getting that off of there.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's you can guess that it's something like sovereign glue that just makes it impossible to detach from what it's attached to. It can have magic like an immovable rod that just doesn't move. it could be that it's not even actually there and your brain is actually creating some fiction in front of you.
I think those are more memories than actual places.
Such a pretty picture, though.
Even if you could take it, this place is too layered in madness. You shouldn't remove anything from here.
She just kind of folds her arm and kind of like, okay. Can she at least try to find a pencil and take that?
So
We should
Twilight's
move
going
on.
to spend a
Can I
while
start
doing that.
walking?
What's everyone else doing? There's
We are moving
still
to-
plenty of things that you can touch, investigate, possibly trigger more scenes in this area, or you can move on.
You know what? I would like to investigate the room more.
You're looking for a pencil right now.
The thing is,
In-
I don't remember. Help me out with this, guys. Do we had trigger another vision touching or interacting with something last time? I think so, but just to be sure.
Yeah. Every
Wait,
time you
repeat.
started trying to touch and interact with things in the first room, it was triggering new visions. And the two you've seen here came when you touched and started interacting with things in here.
And you said that the painting are behind glass, almost like they don't want
The
that someone touched them.
the statues are behind glass. The paintings are not. They're just hanging on the wall.
Oh, there's statues in here. I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear the statue part.
But you're trying to take the statue of the lady, so
Right. Well,
Anyway.
I think it's an actual picture. not a
no.
statue.
The statue, it's one of the statues, the statue of the lady, while the other picture are more like monster. If
So-
just correct me if I'm wrong.
The statues are both the
Let me-
men.
Yeah, let me relay. There are portraits of eldritch creatures, and Lady Bouchard, Tree Woman, is one of those eldritch creatures. It's a painting. The
Okay.
statues are of two elven men.
Perfect. So I will try to touch one of the painting of the other eldritch creature. If there is anything that reminds me of, the deities or the other entities that are related to torment and madness.
So of all of them you've seen in here, that one that looks like it's made from soot and has protrusions out of its head is the only one that you really can think of any type of connections, because it does look similar to one of the figures you saw in that vision of Ferroti and her champions. When you touch that one, there's a different elven man that comes into view. This is the second man that's portrayed in a statue, and he's standing there with the same woman with Iris.
Iris, how often do you bathe? You're always so musky. Your smell is so strong. Sometimes it's almost like you bathe in sulfur or something. Really, even for someone like you, it seems a little extreme. You're loud and you smell so bad.
Then the vision fades.
I rely the vision to the rest of my team, adding a comment as like, lovely people, right?
The best.
So, they're eating at this poor girl all her life. That's what we see here. Of course, that's her point of view of things. Any more things we want to touch?
Bias, have you found anything recognizable?
I would like to look for on any of the paintings that remind me of Amy. Something
Look,
similar.
okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can't stop staring at the picture of Lady Bouchard.
Having a great roll night.
Such a great set of rolls tonight. So good.
Yeah, 1,
So
4,
you
and 5. Let's go.
Closer. Yeah, you get closer to them and you're trying to look for details, however small or large, anything that may remind you of Amy. And you can't quite make it out, but it seems like almost that all of these paintings were painted over something else.
I just want to know real quick. Do we all each have plot points still?
Yes, because all of you got a plot point last session.
So those are a thing.
Yeah, right.
No, I had a plot point.
Just thought I'd
Pious,
remind.
Pious turns to Wrath.
No, not really. I feel like I should know these things, but nothing's coming to mind directly. However, these paintings, it looks like they used to depict something else before they were painted over.
Can I do detect magic?
You did that in the last room and it turned out very badly for you.
That's right, it did. Hey, Raph, you're the artist. Maybe you know what kind of, it looks like, what, did you guys say there's like paint over paint?
Yeah.
Maybe you can kind of depict what kind of paint it is, Raph, since you're the artist, and you have the artist book.
The artist book.
Maybe that would actually give us a clue, maybe?
What book?
Yeah, didn't you take a couple art books from the other room the last room?
I didn't write them down if I did.
No, you didn't take any books.
I mean, I can take a look at it.
Yeah, you're the artist here.
Sure, why not? I'll go to one of the paintings that I haven't been immediately around just to get a fresh view and see if I can see what what double image would look like here, I guess. I'll hold my my blade up close to it and kind of light it on fire with green flame blade just to change the temperature maybe close to it.
Okay. So we've gotten up close and personal with the being made of soot, the one made of bark. And this
Is that
time
the
you walk
bone
up to
werewolf?
no. The one made of soot is the one that's black and fairly humanoid and male overall. The one with the skull of like a bear wolf hybrid is the one you walk up to though, as you kind of start looking over it. And when you light up the blade, you do notice the way it casts shadows. Whatever was underneath this painting wasn't done like even with standard paints. It's thicker, so you can actually kind of see the outline of what appears to be this like hulking creature with 6 arms and tentacles writhing from its back.
Look here, everyone.
Yes.
Gesture to the painting. It's not anything I recognize, is it?
No, it's nothing you recognize. Who all is stepping up to take a closer look?
Me?
Pious will.
Because he said, look here, so she's like really diving into it.
Pious, Tempest, both of you are going to take a closer look as well?
Yep.
Yup.
Twilight, you don't recognize it. But Pious, Tempest, the two of you do. This looks almost like your patron, the amygdala.
Fuck.
Would you care to explain?
It's Amy.
This doesn't
This
look
is
anything like
unsettling.
you.
That's Amy? She's like pointing at it and like really looking at you, going, that's Amy?
Yes, it's Amy. I know, for sure.
That piece of paint is Amy.
It's a depiction of her. Him, yes.
This is it. The image.
Look between the two of you and see you just staring at it and reach a hand forward and brush the plaque.
Another scene comes up, and this one doesn't have either of the elven men you've seen in this room. Instead, it seems to be the adult Iris speaking with her mother from the previous scenes. And her mom looks at her. How do you even come up with these things? Art comes from deep within. I can see these have power. They have meaning to you. But you never had that bad of a childhood. Surely this is something else. Were you ever contacted by demons or something that we didn't know of? And you hear Iris actually speak for the first time in full in these visions.
There's just this creature. I've seen it in my nightmares. Tentacles and arms, and it's so large, 30, 40 feet tall. And it's like at the end of each of its arms, it's holding the essence. One of these creatures that I've painted. I've seen them, but I don't know who or what they are.
And the scene vanishes.
Wrath moves to the next closest picture and holds the sword up again to see if it changes.
It seems to be the same creature that was done beneath this photo.
He'll move to the next and the next, checking all of them.
As you go around every single one of them, it looks like the painting was done over an image of the amygdala.
It's all the same. What does that mean?
Reth,
And
you
why
notice. Reth, you notice as you've been going around, and you've kind of gotten to see the room from some different angles. There seems to be one painting kind of tucked in a corner out of general sight that has a curtain pulled down over it.
We'll take one glance at the group before pulling the curtain to the side.
When you do, you see the most normal painting in this room. It's a full body portrait of a young Nuri woman with dark black hair that falls to about the middle of her back. Pretty average complexion. Nothing special about her. Just this normal woman wearing what looks like modern clothes, blue jeans and a plain white shirt.
Slowly lift the blade with the fire still burning on it.
Give me a perception check this time.
Perception. I'm going to use magical guidance and spend a sorcery point to reroll because I don't feel like an 18 is enough.
Okay.
18 it is. 12 instead.
18 it is. All right. So it doesn't look like this one was painted over another image. But as you're bringing the light across, you start to notice lines drawn into this one, painted into this one, that don't quite match the image itself, but you can't quite make out what these lines would piece together to. whether it be some type of image that you'd be able to, understand if you were looking at the right angle or if it's words. You're not sure, but there's something painted into it.
There's something over here. I can't tell what's on this one.
I'm going to walk over and look at it from the left and the right side, kind of angled.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I'll slowly make my way over once I recompose myself.
Fuck yes, dude.
So you can't
All I
even
need-
spot the lines he's trying to point out.
All I need is a 3, and I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for tonight. Let's go.
Yay. Jess, Geraldine has an idea.
Okay.
She will out a piece of paper from her satchel and a little bit of chalkboard, one of those things that she used to take notes and etc. Laid it over the painting and use it to the charcoal to brush it on top of it. Usually, if there is any incision on something like paper and etc., you will kind of feel the difference. It's almost like you're dry brushing on top. So maybe those will pop out slightly. I don't know if it's gonna work. I will try.
Okay. As you start doing that, another scene forms behind all of you. Geraldine, you're focused on what you're doing, so you don't really take note of the scene itself. But the rest of you see this young woman from this painting. And what looks like probably her father and mother. And they're all nudie and they're all wearing these like modern clothes. And the young woman portrayed in the painting kind of steps closer to it. Doesn't that look like me? I thought these paintings were millennia old. Isn't it strange that this one kind of looks like me? And then the scene fades. Geraldine, you've kind of finished over this space, and the lines that have been painted in that are different do come out separate. And you can kind of piece them together. It's like different lines in letters and words. And what you can read now is divine creatures of darkness.
As I said before, we don't have the full picture here, so we should move to the next corridor. However, based on what we discovered so far, I get the feelings that this poor girl was kind of possessed or just chosen as a womb for something else.
What I was thinking they somehow got tied to Amy Amygdala, whether that be by fate or by choice, and it didn't go so well for her.
By the way of things, it looks like she was like this young childhood, so maybe more fate than choice.
Yeah.
I don't think any that are connected to it had a choice.
Everyone,
Let's
give me
move
another
on.
wisdom save. DC 13.
Everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to roll a now 1 to fail this. There we go. Fucking hell.
And I actually passed by 1. By pass.
You passed, finally. Still need Twilights. Raph, what about yours?
Oh,
23.
I thought it was just them. Sorry.
23. Nope, everyone. Roll a wisdom save. Twilight
I
fails
fail.
this time. Unless you want to use a point of lucky.
No, I fail. How many
Okay.
damage do I get?
Jesus.
Emotional.
Emotional damage.
Everyone was there.
So,
Right?
Twilight, this time you get to get a first-person POV of a vision, and this time it's still standing in this area, this exhibit, this art exhibit, and you're seeing the second elven man that's appeared in these visions, and you're speaking, and you hear, of course, Iris's voice.
Farron, do you really think that we should be together? You don't really like me, I don't like you, and I'm kind of tired of my parents trying to force these marriages upon me. Wouldn't it be better if we both just said no?
And then your vision ends and you're standing in this exhibit where you were before. And all of you can feel that this madness that's pushing its way into your heart seems to be getting stronger and stronger. You've spent about 3 hours in here, and there's 3 times where it's tried to push itself into you since this started.
It's unsettling.
Very unsettling.
I'm unsettled by the pictures. Can we move on to the next location?
Did I find my pencil?
So let's go.
No, you never found a pencil.
Wait,
What?
I have something else I want to try.
Pius's eyes go dark, his eye lights, and he's going to try and contact Amy.
Try to contact Amy directly.
Yes.
Give me an insight.
Ooh, not too bad at
Almost came by
those.
the
I probably
entrance.
shouldn't have said that. 25.
So all of you see, like, his faceplate lights go off, and then you just see the light drain from all of his lights. And you can see this black liquid flowing through them. What's been there the whole time but masked by the lights. Pius, you find yourself in that Victorian London town again, like the last time you spoke to the amygdala, where everything seems to be made from flesh and bone, covering so many of these destroyed buildings.
Do I see Amy?
Yes, so you're back. It's been a little while.
Yeah, sorry I didn't send a postcard. I have a question.
I have an answer, even if you don't like it.
So you may already know the question. What happened to Iris?
Hers was a life of pain, of suffering. It builds, it changes people, can turn good men to do terrible things. She couldn't take it. She broke. She became the monster that the world made her.
And who was she? Who did she become?
That beast, locked behind bars, trying to protect whoever it could, steal itself away. As for who she was before that, you could say she was a seer of sorts, naturally gifted at viewing events to come.
I see. Is she still alive? Or what she became? Is it still alive?
Yes, I know you weren't quite in control and don't remember, but you and everybody else did already meet her.
I see. Thank you. I appreciate the help.
You're welcome, Deuce.
He kind of just looks at Amy for a moment and doesn't move, and then he slowly turns around and walks away.
As you turn around to walk away, you find yourself back in your body. For all of you, it only lasted a few seconds, 2-3 seconds. But you see Pius suddenly take a step forward as his lights come back on.
Well, apparently, we've already met her, Iris.
Where did we meet her?
Well, we met what she became after madness took over.
Ah, so we were right then.
I knew it.
So we need the final pieces.
2 more tunnels to check. Might as well wrap them up.
Yeah.
Before we leave
So-
the room, Pius turns to look at the paintings again and then follows.
Give me one more intelligence check, Pius.
Okay, I do that. God, these are terrible. Okay, not too bad.
21. So you're certain now that you have seen these portraits, these pictures before, and you recall one book in particular that Dr. Reifel had called The Doomsday Theory and the Deity of Madness. You remember that the book talks about these divine creatures of darkness, incarnates of madness in the world that are the signs of the end of the world when they do finally show themselves.
I relay the details of that to the group.
The trouble with prophecy isn't show themselves to who? To us? What if we end its life here? It'll never show itself. The end of the world never comes.
If we can end it, a lot of these things, I fear most of these things are immortal, and eventually they would come back, but I don't know for sure.
Star, with Twilight's much better brain than yours, you can't help but finally remember, you've met a certain being that appeared to be a woman made of a tree with the other group, Tree Mom, the Birch, an immortal creature that even when you killed her, she came back.
Oh my gosh, who was it? Yeah. Was it with Wally or Swallow?
Swallow,
Yeah, Swallow knows. Can't remember her name though. Like,
the
oh my
Birch.
gosh, I'm having a brain moment. Oh my gosh. Gosh. I do remember it though.
I've just said her name for the second time. The Birch.
The Birch. Oh yeah, the Birch. I know the Birch.
I literally told you the name.
I thought you were like, she was like something to do with the Birch. I was like, wait, what? Okay, yeah.
No.
Is
Good
that-
lord.
Woo!
We got there.
I got there.
By
yes.
what cost?
So we don't kill it then, we leave it locked up? What is the point in drawing us here in that instance? Let's figure out what's in these last 2 tunnels, I think.
Maybe there's information that we need to be shown. Maybe something dire. I don't know. Yeah, let's just continue. This is just a puzzle that we're missing pieces to, is all.
Deep in thought, Wrath has pulled his pipe of smoke monsters out and little bats are flying around his head as he walks.
I do agree we should finish this, but I'm not liking what we're being shown the deeper we go.
Neither am I, Tempest. Neither am I. But we gotta get through this together.
At the end of the prophecy, it says, my torment must be ended. There's got to be a way to do that.
I have an idea, but I want to finish our investigation first.
In this room or the next?
I think we're walking back to the...
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
currently heading back to the intersection.
I will say, when we get back to the intersection, Wrath picks up his staff and a portal appears. It doesn't go anywhere yet, but it appears there.
All right, so it takes
What are you?
10 minutes to get back there, and then another 10 minutes down the third tunnel.
Saving us a trip when we come back.
It's Fair.
Saving us some time.
Since you said that, I clumsily just kind of fall to the ground, like kind of clumsily.
Intentionally clumsy.
Yeah, like because you said fall, so she's
Trip.
just gonna fall. Yeah, trip.
Yeah, nobody. Twilight, what are you doing?
You said trip. I'm tripping over my own 2 feet.
Oh.
This is not the time or place to be making jokes, Twilight.
I'm playing on words.
Pius just says, "Oh," and then he keeps walking.
So, as you get to the end of this third tunnel, you find yourselves in another room. You're coming in from the south of it, and this appears to be a bedroom. Everything in it is definitely above average. It's not like a commoner's bedroom, but you wouldn't quite say it's nobility's. It's somebody who's fairly well off, but they are a major position of authority. And oh wow, I wrote that very awkwardly. On the west wall, you can see a queen-sized bed with the head of it pressed up against the wall. It has black linens and this dark red duvet on it. It's tucked in, it's clean, it's neat. At the foot of it is a large oak foot chest that spreads the entire width of this queen-sized bed. There's a desk covered in scientific implements and an 8-inch, roughly like 20.3 centimeter lockbox that's in the northeast corner of this room. On the east wall sits a large armoire that has one side shared with this desk at the northeast wall. And then on the south wall, where you're all coming in, but kind of to your east, to your right, is a makeup vanity covered in a variety of dark-colored lipsticks, eyeshadows, and blushes. The entire room has a very gothic aesthetic to it.
First thing I do when I step in is turn to my left and put a portal on that wall.
All right.
I go to the vanity.
Oh, big stretch. Are you just looking over it, or are you trying to mess with things on it? Nothing seems to be inherently weird or out of place. It's pretty standard with makeups of all variety and a lot of darker colors, things that would be abnormal within nobility. It's not standard like shades of red and pink. You've got like blue eyeshadow and this green lipstick and various colors like that.
Oh no, I'm gonna mess around with the stuff lying on top of it a little bit. And even just at some point look at the mirror and imagine actually wearing such dark aesthetics.
As you touch it and you kind of start to mess with it, a scene appears. You recognize Iris, who's sitting in the chair at this vanity, currently applying her makeup. You don't see her reflection, though, in the mirror. And there's another woman. She's dressed in these almost mage-like robes, other than they're more gothic colors and patterns to them. They're made of fine silk, and the two of them are having a discussion.
Dara, you've been with the Mages Guild for quite some time, haven't you? What is it that you study? I mean, you don't really talk much about your work or your studies.
Oh, Iris, really? I haven't? Whoa, I'm studying necromancy, hoping that maybe someday I could even take the position of Archmage. It's always fascinating to think about the dead, the living, that line between them. You know, I have a fascination with the macabre.
And then the scene fades away.
Wait, how did she just call her?
Dara, I think.
Dara.
Yes, Dara, D-A-R-A.
Pius squeezes his hands into a fist so hard that you can hear the metal scraping together.
Do you recognize that name?
Kind of puts runs a finger on you, like
No, but
it's okay.
necromancy. Archmage, it reminds me of Acrid.
Necromancy is used as much for good as it is for evil. Heals as much as it hurts. Was that one of the names we saw whenever we looked at the lists of Archmage candidates?
No.
I can't remember.
No, it was not a name that you saw on that list.
Can I check? I know it sounds silly, but can I check under the bed?
Under the bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
You say, you just described this as a bedroom. So I just wonder, is the room of someone young, etc. The classic box under the bed or something similar can be, maybe, as I said, is a silly idea. Maybe there's nothing, but what a try.
So you can look under the bed without touching it if you want, or you could, put your hand on it and lean underneath it. I just need to know if you're touching the bed or not.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay, so you bend down and you place your hand on it, and you're trying to look to see if there's anything under there, but there isn't. It's straight through to the other side. You can see it would look more like an adult's bedroom, though. Likely the foot chest is where they would keep a lot of things, the armoire for their clothes, the makeup on the vanity, and the foot chest kind of for everything else as a general whole. But another scene starts to unfold as the two women are both laying on the bed. The duvet is pulled up over them, but you can tell that they are either wearing just undergarments or potentially nothing, as the two seem to almost be locked in a romantic incursion. They aren't full-blown doing the deed or anything, but you can tell that they're getting close to that kind of point, as they're saying sweet nothings to each other.
Romance
What was that,
is in
David?
the air. No, I'm just saying romance is in the air.
Yep, and then the scene kind of fades away.
Twilight's gonna run over to the makeup and she's gonna like start just shoving all the makeup into her bag.
What did I say about taking things?
Just
Gonna
like
do it
with
stealth-
the painting,
stealth-
none of it moves.
I will repeat it myself once more. Those are memories. Nothing is real.
I think the lockbox is locked.
You
I'm gonna walk over to the lockbox and try and open it.
think? Well, I don't know. Let's try opening it.
So you try to open it and it does not open, but you do see another scene kind of unfold. And this time, Dara and Iris seem to be having an argument because Dara's been spending an excessive amount of time with her studies and her work as an archmage, not because she has to, but because she has chosen to do so, kind of putting their relationship to the side. And Iris this time is the one that breaks up with Dara, unlike what you saw before, with it being a mutual and the man breaking up with her. She seems to be the one that breaks up with Dara in this scene, and then it kind of fades away again.
Twilight's gonna take off the mattress off the bed. Can she try to like take off the mattress with like or look under the
It does
mattress?
not move like everything else.
Nothing moves. Okay.
Nothing at any point will ever move.
A series of romantic trysts, then
Just things open like the vanity door or no?
No, nothing opens. As you head over to the armoire, trying to open that and take a look at the clothes inside, you have another scene that kind of unfolds. And you can tell that Iris is quite a bit older at this point, maybe a few decades. Of course, being elven in nature, it's only maybe a few years in appearance for a Nuri. But the two of them are having a very serious discussion, and Dara is apologizing for having thrown herself into her work so much before, that she's reached the second highest rank of mages, the Virtuoso title, and that she's finally started to realize that no amount of work she does, no amount of discoveries is worth sacrificing your entire life for, your relationships and the people you care about. And she promises herself to Iris, even getting down on a knee and pulling out a little box with a ring in it. Not the lockbox you saw on the desk, but just like a normal box that would contain a ring when someone proposes.
Don't do it.
well, there's only one thing left in here to touch, isn't there? Or two? The trunk and the small laboratory?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the lockbox was on that desk with the small laboratory stuff, but you only messed with the box itself, the lockbox.
Touch some of the glasses and whatnot.
When you
That
touch
just made me
it,
zoned
this
out.
time the scene that appears only has Dara in it. Iris is not in this scene. And you can see Dara kind of tinkering and adjusting a pendant. And you can see that there's two sides of it, like two halves. And it's a large one. It's about 2 inches in length. And you watch her open the lockbox, and you know the purple glow all too well, as her gloved hand pulls out a torment fragment, slides it into the pendant, closes it, and then seals it. But instead of the scene just disappearing right away, it seems to skip forward as she presents the necklace to Iris, who's sitting at the vanity after the time skip, and she places it around her neck and clasps it closed. This is the older one, older Iris and Dara, presumably sometime after they got back together, as Iris is wearing the ring, but then the scene fades.
No rage like love to hatred, turn it, or hellish fury like a woman's scorn.
That necklace reminds me of something that's past.
Maybe you should trade for hers.
So we want to go use the gate thing, and I can get the ring and the necklace because I'm somewhat good at pickpocketing.
Big question, Jess. Did we see that necklace around beast neck?
No,
Okay.
Does it resemble another necklace we've come across?
no,
For a very long time.
no.
Okay.
It does not resemble yours.
Of course, mine's white now, so.
Even before it turned from a torment to a hope fragment, it still doesn't resemble it, because yours was more like the fragment was held in like gold trim and such. This one was a pendant that had a hollow inside where the torment fragment was inserted. So when it was closed, you couldn't see the fragment in this one.
Did we see a necklace on the creature?
No.
One more branch to follow, I believe.
Yes, and I don't know why I feel like this other woman is still part of the story somehow.
Possible.
Typical
Either
necromancer.
way.
They dig too deep until it's too late.
We should move on to the next one before something mushier pops up.
As in undead flesh?
Oof. Thanks for that image.
Well, I've seen a lot of it. Anyway.
Well, we can skip all the way back to the fork in the road, if you will.
As you're all kind of ready to go through the portal, it's almost like the foot chest is calling out, begging to be seen, to be touched.
I was going to run my claws along the top of it on the way out.
As you do, before any of you have stepped through the portal quite, one more scene appears. This time Iris is asleep in the bed, and Dara is sitting in a chair beside it, holding a torment fragment. And you see her with a scalpel slice into Iris's arm before inserting the fragment into it. And you immediately begin to see changes as Iris's arm begins like bulk up and grow this thick fur. Iris doesn't seem to respond to it though. And then the scene fades.
Well, that's fucked.
Guys, I really think that we need to go back in time and try to convince them not to do this.
All right, you get to working on that time spell.
Tell us how it goes.
You know, controlled
those
time
things you
travel.
think
That thing that Dr. Druindar spent his entire life dedicated to and still failed to do.
Twilight.
And he went crazy.
Yeah.
Time travel is beyond our abilities. Pretty sure there's no one alive right now that could do such a thing of their own power.
I did it by accident.
Yeah, Wrath has an eyebrow raised at Pius right now.
Yeah, and I was pointing fingers at Pius. We did it before. We can do it.
Pius is an outlier. What happened before was different.
That was the right place at the right time kind of situation. No pun intended. What happened to me, it was an accident. Thank you. Tough crowd. Yes, so what happened to me was an accident. Druindar, he quite literally spent his entire life working on that, and it cost him everything. So
We can have this conversation on the way to the next one.
Well, yes. I assumed we were walking and talking.
Yeah. You all went through the portal and continued your travel. And it takes about another 10 minutes to get to the end of this particular, this last tunnel. And as you do, you come out of it and you don't see the walls of a cave. You don't see the walls of a building. There's just this tunnel entrance behind you and then this large open town square. And in the center of the town square is what's it called? It's a platform and it has a noose hanging from it built onto it. And underneath it is also
gallows.
Yes, a gallows. But underneath it's also laid out with wood logs and looks like it's probably coated in oil as if they plan to both hang and burn whoever would be placed here.
Turn at the entrance of the tunnel where I still have a wall to put it on and put another portal. Who do you think they were executing?
Amy.
Good luck with that one.
Dora.
I'm going to go and touch the gallows.
I'm gonna touch the noose.
So the scene that unfolds as you're touching this, you can see all of these townsfolk around, angry, screaming, pitchforks and torches, and someone is beginning to place the noose around Iris's neck. Her body is changed, though. She's almost like halfway between a werebear's hybrid form and still her face human, as if she's not fully transformed into a lichen state. And the arm that the torment fragment had been put into is missing, as if it were surgically removed. She's crying, and you can hear the townsfolk screaming about her being a lichen and a danger to everyone, and she's an evil creature.
And so on, so on, in my imagine.
Yep, and Iris herself is just crying. No attempt to escape or move.
In all of this, where is the culprit? Can I look around to see if I can see her in the crowd?
Yes, go ahead and give me a perception check.
While hearing all these accusations, being a lichen, a danger, and all that shit, Tempest is like balled. Her hands are balled up into a fist so tight or cold. Her sharp nails are actually digging into her palms.
DC 20.
So, before we get into the 20, all of you, through all this screaming and loudness, there's also just this whispering that seems to be happening right next to your ears. Not necessarily anything you can make out. But, Geraldine, as you look around, you do spot what would be just to the side of the tunnel entrance, a single figure with a cloak, the hood drawn up. It's out of place for everything and everyone else, although you can't see the face to confirm if anyone in the crowd was Dara, it would be this figure.
I know it's almost impossible for us to interact with those vision, but I will try to get close to her.
When you get closer and you have that opportunity to try touching her, the scene fades. The entire scene fades. The gallows, the town square, everything. And you're now all standing in this barren cave, dark. And your dark vision is the only reason that you can make out any of the details in this room. Your hand is currently on a spot that looks almost like there's blood stains on it.
Rat's listening to see if those whispers are still whispering.
Yes, you can still hear the whispers. And as you're kind of focusing on it a little bit more, you begin to make out words.
You'll never be good enough. Time doesn't stop. You'll lose everyone. You'll lose Tempest because nothing you do will stop her death.
He looks over at Tempest when he hears that, shakes his head a little bit. It's madness. There's something wrong here.
You could see that Tempest is bothered by that image because she did not feel okay with what they were doing to her.
With my dark vision and blind sight, Rat's going to start walking around the room looking for anything, or around the cave, rather.
As Geraldine read your book, Tempest, she's going to stand just behind you and putting her hand on your shoulder, gently, without saying anything.
Slight jump. She forgot about everyone's presence for a moment.
Tempest, the whispers in your ear, they become clear for a moment.
You're a monster. Everyone believes it. The whole world is out to get you. Nothing you do is going to change that. You're a demon. You are evil from birth.
No, I'm not.
Biff.
I refuse.
Rath, as you're taking a look around the walls, you notice that all of them, just scattered around on the walls, are these splashes of what are likely bloodstains.
But no damage or like aftermath of any kind of fight or anything?
None.
Doesn't make any sense.
I will try to touch one of those blood stains, maybe the largest batch. I got a hunch, and I want to see if it goes somewhere.
As you touch it and you're trying to see if any type of vision appears, you hear, instead of seeing, the same kind of roar that you heard from Iris previously, and the sound of a body slamming into the walls repeatedly, over and over. And occasionally this roar turns back into that female voice.
No, I don't want to be a monster.
And all of you can hear that. Everybody make a wisdom save. DC 14.
Getting better.
I failed.
Same.
Yup, Wrath.
I did not. Incredible, but true.
Congratulations.
Wrath, Twilight, the two of you see the same vision. And for you, this is above your normal height, more like 8 feet up from the ground, as you're charging at this wall, breaking it down, tearing it off with these massive claws, as if you're ripping the walls and building this tunnel. You can feel tears streaming down your face, but it's thicker, almost like blood running from your eyes. And then you come back to.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. This was just them trying to kill themselves at this point.
But we're so close. I feel like we're almost there.
Hyas, you begin to make out the whispers clearly this time.
Doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what you do. It goes over and over. Never-ending cycle. We will never break it. We can't. Nothing changes. For every difference, it stays the same. An eternal torment that's going to destroy our reality. The one that we created.
No, we will be that change.
Should go. I don't know what else we could learn from this room.
We can't. There's nothing. We're only going to just suffer more in here. Rather, the portal ready? We need to get everyone out of here now.
I look back. Is it still at the entrance?
Yes, it is.
It's up.
Guys, let's go.
Wait. Have we figured this all out?
We can discuss in just outside. You guys go. I will follow. I promise.
Hey, since you're gonna be following us out, bring me some of those art books in the first room, please.
Well, what?
I wanted to go back to that first room, you promised!
Rat's already walking up.
Geraldine,
Yes.
you're not going to do anything silly in here, are you?
I just want to confirm something, and I don't want to lingering here too much.
Just be careful.
Thanks, dear. What's
And
the
I
worst that
immediately.
can happen?
I jumped through.
Wrath, Tempest have gone through. Pious, going through now.
Yes.
Twilight,
Well, she realizes that nothing can be moved, so she just kind of jumps through it.
and Trent, and Geraldine.
Yeah, Geraldine is still behind at the moment, looking around the room to see if there is anything else that caught her attention. I keep want to explore this, but in her mind, it was like, Tempest need to get out of here. So this is the reason I stayed behind. So can I do a little bit of investigation here?
Absolutely.
So
Go ahead, and since there's not much you can move around or anything, it would be more of a perception check, just kind of straight using your senses to pick things up.
okay. So perception. Okay, pretty much. Okay, 18.
As you try to take in the room without the extra sounds, smells, and people around you in this moment, you notice that the room seems to have a faint hint of lilacs and berries. That the patterns of the blood itself on these walls seems to almost look like a river flowing from one section to another, occasionally branching out, sometimes coming back around, sometimes just ending in a large puddle-like space. And you hear whispers, slightly different than everybody else's. This one doesn't seem to be talking to you, as you recognize Dara's voice.
Interesting. Torment fragments. They've turned her blood black. Perhaps that's what the Kishin are, mutated by torment. I'll have to look into this.
Geraldine has a realization. Just a glimpse. Maybe she's wrong. She's going to turn, almost like knowing where to look and talking with her patron, and just say, "Oh, it's you." Maybe waiting for an answer. Maybe will never arrive.
You don't see her appear, and she seems to speak through the normal, telepathic communication, instead of as if she were actually there.
Well, when I don't have a helping hand, sometimes I have to get my own dirty.
So all of this started because someone broke that little heartless body of yours. Good to know. And you want us to repent or fix your mistakes in some kind?
Well, don't you think that girl deserves at least some peace? Besides, I needed to see where my little experiment ended up.
Stand. I need to make a bold request here, because this is different. I'm not helping you to gain knowledge. I'm helping you to fix something from your past. So think about it while I fix your mistakes once. And I walk out of the room.
So, for the rest of you, it does take Geraldine a moment before she comes through the portal to meet with the rest of you in the cross section. But as you were standing there, you notice that where that illusory wall was, it's now just an open tunnel. The illusion itself is gone.
Twilight goes back into it.
So
Don't split up.
I would say we need to find a way to end this poor girl suffering. I'm not sure if she is, I hope she's not beyond salvation.
Do you think that?
However, I hope her not very high.
Do you think that fragment's still in her? Do you think if we get that out, maybe we can help her?
Reminder about what you saw. The arm that the torment fragment had been put into, she had that arm removed during the scene with the gallows, as if the entire arm got amputated.
But the creature we saw had all of its limbs, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Above the table, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be a problem to regenerate an arm for a werebeast or a lycanthrope or whatever. They usually regenerate pretty fast. This is above table. What I think is going to be a problem is the fact that I think that the fragment is imbuing her soul now. It's not just in her body. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there is a way.
If there's a way, we'll surely find it. Hopefully.
Yeah. With everything we found, though, at least I know what I was thinking actually makes more sense. Relieve her of her suffering.
Geraldine is looking at Tempest and crouching down and etc. We will try our best to help her.
You do understand. There's a chance that the best thing we can do is just to allow her soul to move on.
We'll be definite release at the end of all of this.
If that's what she wants, then yeah. But what if she wants to live?
I just look at you with cold dagger eyes.
One step at a time. One step at a time. Let's not jump to conclusion and analyze what is in front of us.
Twilight
Let's
lifts
go
her
talk.
leg and says, "One step at a time."
I can't even do you.
So let's try to communicate with this side of her.
How do you suppose we do that?
Reach.
Yeah, let's go and try to reach the Iris.
You know, is it the iris that was the painting or the statue? I think it was the painting, right?
She painted the paintings.
She is the artist, Twilight.
You know, if we go back to that painting where Iris was, and if we all kind of join hands, maybe we communicate that way?
I am now an inch from Twilight's face, staring deep into her soul.
I was just making a suggestion. Sorry.
It's not. I gently put my hand on Tempest's shoulder. It's not a bad idea, but first, let's try to talk to the real Iris.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right.
And
Sorry, Geraldine.
nothing to be sorry about. Let's go, guys. Let's go. And I lead towards the room.
So, after that roughly 10 minutes of travel down that tunnel again, as you come up on the cavern where you found Iris initially, you can see into it that those bars that had been separating her from the half of the room you were on are now gone. And she seems to be in that same sleeping position currently.
Is this the bear that we're going to?
Yep.
Oh,
Massive bear.
okay. If you guys said the bear, then I would have already. Okay, I didn't hear the bear. I'm sorry.
Star, I think you've missed the fact that this is Iris.
Yeah,
The giant bear creature is Iris.
That's what was not clicking. I was like, wait. Okay, but now, okay, got it. I'm on the same page. I am on the same page. We're good. We're great.
We don't have seven from now on. So whatever we want to do now is going to have some interesting permanent effects.
Yeah.
I just step closer to the bear and crouch down. Still asleep or barely conscious?
It seems to be still asleep. You make little enough sound that it's not really echoing or awakening it.
Okay.
Wrath has walked up behind you, just watching.
I'll be near.
I gesture to Wrath and the other two, just step closer, but slowly. And in my hand, I try to gently reach for the beast forehead and caress it very, very gently.
To push Geraldine out of the way if it wakes up aggressively.
All right. As you're petting it, it almost seems to like nuzzle into your touch, and you hear the human voice of Iris. I went to the wrong thing.
Dara, I love you. Promise shall never be.
I got asked, did that come over? Because I realized I was quiet.
You were very quiet.
Yes.
My bad.
It's okay.
Dara, I love you. Promise you'll never hurt me.
I look at the other, wondering if they heard it or it was just me.
You and Wrath would have heard it.
Okay.
Has to wake up and face the truth sometime.
You don't argue with the label, you redefine it. Tell someone, oh, you're not a monster. Often sound like your suffering isn't real. We need to understand, embrace, and reshape it for the better.
Years. This isn't usually my area of expertise.
Don't worry, there am I. I'm just a very keen observer of human behavior. It's easy when you don't feel. Iris, we witness, but we want to understand. Tell us what's happened. Tell us your pain.
You see her face kind of scrunch up as if remembering the terrible things that have happened to her, but she doesn't wake up, and in that same like half asleep voice,
Just wanted to be happy. Why didn't any of them actually love me? There's nothing wrong with me, was there?
Pity them. One simple reason. Everyone fear what they cannot understand. There was no lack of love. There was fear of the unknown. You shouldn't ask for their love. You should pity how miserable and small they were. You were always better. We all look at your heart. We all think it's impressive. You carve madness on portrait. Those are gifts, no curses.
roll a persuasion check for me.
Give me a second, because I don't even remember how much is my perception. Sorry, my persuasion over percent. My persuasion is 9. Okay, plus 9.
Let's go.
Very good. 19.
Sorry, I was burping there. Her face relaxes slightly.
A gift? But everyone always hated it so much. It's a gift. Where's the joy I should have found?
Everyone, really? Or just the same people? Over and over. Because at the end, I never seen it before, and I love it. And I can probably vouch for everyone else here. That pink girl wanted to steal it, is what I mean. They were small, not important. You gave them that power, but was yours all along. Take it back, Iris. Take it back.
Give me another persuasion check.
27.
Very good.
They're all gone. You can't take it from me anymore. It's my life, my choice. I get to choose if I'm happy.
This is not a state, it's a choice. You decide what others do to you, or vice versa. If I came here and say you're ugly, does it matter to you? Who am I? I'm no one. You decide if my words are important or not. And their words, they were empty and envious. You are the most talented artist of your generation. That's the truth you should believe.
You all can feel the energy in this room, the madness almost begin to like quake and shift as if it's becoming destabilized. And I want you all to roll wisdom saves.
16 for me.
And what do we have for rats?
24.
24. Does Twilight want to use a point of lucky?
No.
Okay. You all can feel your own emotions kind of shifting alongside the room. Confusion about the choices you've made up to this point, how you've let other people affect you in your lives. And all of you get this feeling to reach for the hope fragments that you have on your person.
It's a note I don't have one anymore.
The necklace I gave you.
You gave that to me?
Yeah, a
Thought I
while
gave
ago.
it
I told
back.
you to. No, I told you to hold on to it.
Oh.
Mine was replaced by something on my wrist.
Yep. What do you all do
Without-
as you notice Iris begin to move a little as if she's starting to wake up, and you've had this feeling to grab the hope fragments you have?
I do, and I grab it, and I take it out of my pouch, and I put it, like I gently try to put it on under her paw, and I look around, hoping that everyone else will do the same.
Yeah,
All right, we'll start with
Pius will follow
Wrath.
Geraldine's lead.
Okay, Wrath?
Wrath is ushering Twilight and Tempest forward to do the same.
I was already by Geraldine the moment that I got the feeling of the hope fragment. Like, the moment I got it, I booked it over to Geraldine. And without hesitation, I kind of followed her lead.
Okay, Tempest?
Yeah, I pull the one from my wrist.
Wrath takes the necklace and takes Tempest's hand in his other one and squeezes it, and then puts the necklace down, and he reaches his hand out for Pius's next to him, and he looks at everyone and he says, I have an idea. Hold hands.
One of my hand is on, it's literally on the bare paw, so I hold the other one up.
And I'm kind of down, like, by you. So we're so you and I are holding hands and my hand's up.
Okay.
Take
'Cause I'm
hers,
touching the bear
Tempest.
with you.
And I'll wait until we form a chain, and then I'm going to cast Dispel Good and Evil, or Dispel Evil and Good. I don't know why it's backwards like that, but anyway. And I'm attempting...
You dispel evil first. Come on.
Yeah, true. I'm going to attempt to kind of pull a little bit of everyone's energy as I cast the spell through us into the hope fragments into oh my god, my mind just went blank. What's her name? Not
Iris.
Isabel. Iris, thank you. I don't know why Isabel was in my mind. Into Iris.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So you would be looking for that special function then that comes from ending it, right?
Yep, the break enchantment. As an action, you touch a creature you can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a celestial elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. The creature you touch is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed. There's no rolling or anything for it.
Okay. So we're going to go around the table, and each of you are going to say one thing to try to comfort her. It's so to be in the right headspace here. Like if one of your friends came up to you and was broken up and hurt because their parents never were proud of them, they're constantly bad relationships with people that, can't appreciate them, that sort of thing. Wrath, we'll start with you.
Everyone has their own worth, and that worth can only be judged in the end by yourself. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Twilight, how about you? Did we lose Twilight?
No, I was waiting for Wrath.
Already
Wrath
did.
already did his, so it's up
Yeah,
to you now.
Wrath already did his. It's your turn.
Don't let everybody tell you you're not good enough, because you're always good enough.
Okay. Geraldine, your turn.
See what you are. We are not afraid to stand here with you once again.
Tempest.
You and I are the same. Forces tried to pull us down into darkness, but we're strong. You kept your humanity alive, and no one could ever take that away from you.
Bias.
In the grand scheme of things, you are the most important person in your life.
And just before the spell releases, Wrath looks everybody in the eyes and says, "Everyone's worth a second chance at happiness." And then he'll release the spell.
As you're doing this, you see the hermit finish walking over and place his hand onto her paw.
I know how it feels. It's not something you can push away so easily, but if you want, I'd like to be your friend.
And when the magic goes off, you see the white of the hope fragment illuminate the entire room, and the mist disappears, and you see Iris laying on the ground, unconscious. She's naked, and her left arm is still missing, but she seems to be at peace, and her body isn't moving. No breathing, no movements, nothing.
Pull an extra cloak out of my bag and lay it over her.
I will immediately check if there is something we can do, or she's far gone.
I can bring life back if it hasn't been a minute, and I don't think it's been a minute, so I can bring her back.
No, it's okay. She needs to rest. Somebody help me dig a hole.
Why shouldn't we try to bring her back?
Yeah, why?
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly do feel, though, if she has moved on, this is a chance for her to find the peace that she never had in her life.
I wish there were some way we could speak with the dead to ask them if they'd rather stay dead.
Yeah,
Don't you have a spell for that? Speak with the dead?
let me check real quick.
Yes, you have a class
But then
feature that
again-
lets you test it.
No, I know, it was a joke.
But then again, I can bring her back to life right now, and then if she wants to be dead, then we can kill her.
I'd rather not.
That is 100% not a good idea.
Your minute is just about up. You have no time to discuss, no chance for the speak with the dead.
Just do it, Twilight.
You have just enough time
No.
to make a decision.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
I will stop Twilight. I will
I'm not gonna
stay.
do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was already outvoted, so I'm not doing it.
I mean, everyone just told you to do it except like Geraldine.
And me.
This is ultimately
Yeah, I'm not
Twilight's decision. So, Star, with no more discussion from anybody, what do you believe would be best for Iris? To let her stay dead, to bring her back and give her another chance at life?
I would like to give her another chance at life. That's what I really hope to do.
Then that's what you do. Twilight cast the spell, consuming that 300 gold piece diamond, and you see her chest begin to rise again. She's breathing, and her eyes open slowly.
Who are all of you?
Concerned citizens. How do you feel?
I don't know. Confused?
Geraldine is still sorry.
Were you
Go
doing
ahead, Geraldine.
Immediately taking steps back. She's trying to not stay in front of her, especially because she knows that what kind of reaction people has to her. So just stay a little bit in the dark.
You're Iris, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's my aim. I'm human again. How?
Mostly luck and a little bit of breadcrumbs that you left us. Do you want to find some clothes?
Yeah, that would be nice.
We'll wait for you just outside. And Wrath will turn and walk towards the entrance.
I will get close to Tempest and says, "Do you have something to spare for this little girl?"
I might have an extra cloak lying in here.
Yeah, help her out. I will wait outside with the others.
I'm pretty sure I have an extra cloak, so I'm gonna at least pull that out for her.
You have at least a cloak. I am looking at your inventory.
Or we can just say we could say I have backup clothing. I do shred shit a lot.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unreasonable for you to have an extra outfit. It would be a uniform of the Blades of Kindhairs, but the removal of the signet seal that normally keeps the cloak attached would be easy enough so that, she doesn't get accused of stolen valor.
I mean, at least until someone on the outside calling batches get a proper outfit for her. And I mean, I'll just help her in
I have
time.
a proper outfit because of the wardrobe that
Yeah, you're carrying around like tons of outfits, aren't you?
I do. You want me
Yes,
Damn, did we
yes,
finally
yes.
find we finally found a reason for you to keep all of those goddamn clothes.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit,
Of
it
course,
only
I
took
don't
us,
remember.
what,
Of course,
80
I don't know
episodes?
how they
Good
got there,
lord.
but Star does.
Yeah,
Star knows how,
okay.
but I don't.
Yeah, you can.
So,
So
yeah.
You can give her a set of like completely
gonna give her
normal commoner's clothes. You could give her like an entertainer's outfit. You could give her something more along the lines of nobility. What type of outfit do you want to give her?
Give her
Preferably
something
not one of
reserved.
the swimsuits.
She's gonna give her out since this is Twilight, and Twilight doesn't really know the world. Like she knows how they kind of dress, but she's just gonna kind of give her like a really mixed mate, like
You're
really
gonna give her
nice
the maid
pair of
costume that
dress
you've been
pants.
carrying around?
Yes, the maid costume. She had a clown costume.
That's what I
Doesn't she have a
thought you
clown
were
costume?
saying.
I am
Entertainer's
Yeah, can
clothes.
she do
What
a
exactly
clown
clown?
I'm staying there because of this possibility.
Tempest, you can
No,
help
she's
sort
gonna
through the
give her.
clothes and make a choice. So,
She's gonna give her
You're
one of
not
those
gonna-
really nice dresses, like the queen dress, like the Victorian style dress that she has.
okay.
Let's see.
As you try to hand her this really nice dress, she looks at it, holding it in her hands for a moment.
No, that's not who I am. It never was. That's what my parents wanted me to be. Maybe
Oh
just
shit!
a pair of pants and a
that was a
tunic?
complete.
Like this. And I hand her the other stuff.
She takes it, and when she finishes dressing, kind of catches up with the group as a whole. Wrath, for you in particular, she almost looks like someone ready to sail on their first voyage, like a new hire on a merchant ship.
Getting hit with that thought, he kind of glances over at Geraldine, see what she's doing.
What I'm doing?
Yep.
Geraldine is, I don't know exactly what area we are waiting for. Is this just outside the tunnel, or we're actually getting out of this entire cave system? But if we are just outside the tunnel, Geraldine is sitting down in a corner, kind of spacing out, almost like she's deep in thought. Nothing more than that.
Yeah, so you either would have been waiting at like the crossroads section or like fully out of this area. Probably more reasonable for the crossroads section to wait.
Yeah, there was a portal going there anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see you've found something that fits. Tell me, Iris, what's the last thing you remember?
There are a lot of fuzzy memories of finding this cave, but the last thing I actually fully remember was waking up to Dara amputating my arm. It was gross. It was monstrous. It was poetic, like something that I would paint. I found it strangely beautiful, just as much as I found it repulsive.
I think that nightmare has passed. Wrath is kind of looking at the rest of the group a little bit lost as to where to go from here.
Iris, you've been given a second chance. A second chance at life. Almost no one can ever have such a grand opportunity. You should go out there and live it and be free. Express what you feel and what brings you joy.
Did any of you happen to have a extra blade you could spare?
What's your preferred? And Wrath pulls. I don't remember exactly what they are, but I have 4 flame tongue weapons that I've just been holding on to.
Why are we giving her a weapon?
Because she
Asking for
asked.
one. I'm not about to send her into the wilds without a way to protect herself.
It's the Highroad.
They would be a wakizashi, a ninjato, a katana, and odachi, or basically a dagger, short sword, long sword, great sword. She looks at them and ends up grabbing the katana, the long sword. But you see her kind of swing it a couple times, very unpracticed. You can tell she's never actually wielded a blade, but it's something that seems to feel comfortable to her.
Was that your dominant hand, or did you lose it?
Actually, I was ambidextrous.
Well, just as good. Just in case, though. Wrath pulls out a ring. You should probably hold on to this for a while. Consider it a 2-for-1 for the blade.
Which ring is it that you're handing her?
The Ring of Regeneration.
Ah, okay, yeah. She takes it and kind of like slips it on her finger. And you notice she kind of shivers a little bit, wearing only kind of like light clothing. She doesn't seem to be used to colder temperatures.
So where are we exactly?
Far north, on the high road, between Pallet and... God, what's the name of that place?
Goldwyn.
Eldwyn, thank you.
Well, I really ran when I ran, didn't I? That's
Where did you
a
come
couple
from?
thousand miles. It's a city south of here, Gehirst.
And you plan on making your way back there?
No, I don't know how long I've been in this cave, but even if the people I knew were still alive, I mean, they did try to kill me. Not really worth it.
I smile when she say that.
But I did always want to travel down to Maldrek, see the Garden of Demons up close and personal.
Not my first vacation choice, but if you pass through Pallet, stop by the Drunken Dragon. Give them my name. They'll take care of you at least for a night.
I'll be sure to remember that. And thank you, all of you.
It was our pleasure.
I look at Tempest with a smile and just rub my hands going and just walk off.
Tempest doesn't actually even acknowledge you in that moment. She starts making her way to the front entrance of the cave itself.
Iris walks alongside you up to the house until you're all outside, and then she asks for directions, like for you to point her kind of in the direction of the pallet.
Can
I
give her the most detailed that I can?
Can I summon Patches for a map?
And maybe a cloak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, just a cloak and a map. Okay, 2 silver.
All right. We just gotta make sure she can get there and she's safe from the elements.
Throw in like an adventuring kit, the works, if you don't mind. I'll pay for it. She's gonna need to be able to make camp and things.
And the house of cards.
So, trying to remember what an adventurer's pack costs. It's only like 3 or 5 gold. So we'll just go with 3 gold for the adventurer's pack. House of Cards is uncommon rarity, I believe. A Twilight suggestion. Yeah.
It's a wondrous item.
It would be
Uncommon.
25. Yeah, it'd be 50 gold for a House of Cards. 3 for the adventurer's pack.
Twilight gives you 51. She always gives you extra gold because she has no idea, like, the concept of, like, she has the concept of, like, it's always extra.
He only takes 50.
Yeah, so she's giving you 50 gold.
Before you go,
yeah,
perhaps you'd spend the evening with us. I feel like a celebration might be in order, yeah? He'll look to the rest of the group.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Nice, you should put on your ring of Genasi things for it.
Oh, sure. Let me see where it is in my pack that I'm wearing.
She lets out a little bit of a laugh. She lets out a little bit of a laugh, just seeing it all unfold. But you can see, like, she looks like she's ready to stay with you all for the night.
To remind myself, the bottles of the good stuff, that was 10k each?
Yes, for for Demon's Blood, the Celestial's Dew, and the Dragon's Breath would be 10k. If you wanted to go one step down to the magic alcohols that only boost one stat, it'd be 5k.
Wrath turns. Give me 3 bottles of the good stuff. And he's
Hell
gonna buy a bottle of each.
All right, that is 30k gold.
Yep.
You guys get set up for that. I need to take a short time on my own for a bit.
Oh, that's fine. No, we can find it.
Wrath, you can tell Wrath is looking at you curiously.
I'm looking at Geraldine going, again, motherfucker, because I won last time. Let's do this again.
Strangely, Geraldine is gone.
You left?
Yep, she slipped away while no one was watching.
Yeah, he and I both like the cop.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why. I don't think I custom.
I woke up to Raz, though. It's fine. I just need to clear my thoughts for a moment, and then I'll be there to join all of you.
He'll brush your cheek and say, "Don't go far from me. I need you."
I won't. Trust me.
So we're
Besides,
gonna wrap up here.
he'll hold up.
Raph, go ahead.
Say, besides, and he'll hold up the 3 bottles of liquor. We have a lot of partying to do.
Don't drink it all before I get back.
No promises.
Yeah, no promises.
Alright,
Of
so
course.
my job I'll have.
All right, so we'll wrap up here. Next week, we will be doing the Christmas special. So we won't actually come back to your little party at camp for 2 weeks.
So if we make too much noise, he'll wake up. So
But
we gotta crouch. Go in.
this has been fun tonight. We got it wrapped up. And just so you know, if that had been a fight, it was a challenge 27. She had 1,588 hit points.
I was gonna say
A plus 16 to hit, and dealt an average of 220 damage around.
there's a lot of searchable things in there.
So, everyone, thank you for joining us. We're gonna go raid Pelter the
Yeah, we
Pomeranian.
could have taken her.
As always, I love you. Bye bye, Tupo.